What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Season 5, the Universim. We've done it, finally. The planet cracker is completed and landed. There he is saying yes, apparently. So huge. Anyway, today we are likely going to be ending, though the thumbnail will give it away, whether it says finale or not. So we're going to get this guy sent out to Andromeda as we originally planned, or as I originally planned. There have been some changes made. It's a lot slower than it previously was before. Whether before was a bug or not, I couldn't tell you. But we're about to find out when we get there. 30 seconds to land there, and then we'll see what it can do. Here we are on Andromeda, and we can see it is an awesome planet. Definitely one that I will next time move to, I think. It's a good size. It's stunning in terms of the way they've set it up. Very nice planet. Lots of water, lots of trees, etc, etc. But for now, we're going to try and get some chemicals and some chips out of it. So what you'll see will happen is this. Now, normally you would see the planet getting destroyed, but you can see actually they seem to have fixed the timing on it, and in fact it's going to take 26 minutes. Now, you can leave the planet and leave it alone, and it will do its thing still. That icon remains there. The planet cracker icon remains there. And that's what I actually do. Though when I check on it a bit later on, it says 40 minutes, so I'm not sure what that's about. It seems maybe it takes longer if you don't wait with it. I'm not sure. But it's going to take a while to do all of that, so we'll crack on with completing the quests that I actually want to complete. And they are quests like terraforming a lava planet, which we've already started, and terraforming the moon, which we've already started. So over on the moon, the issue we have now with the terraforming is the actual resources to run them. So chemicals and fuel, that's all you need. Well, and nuggets or nuggetoid. And obviously it does its thing. 1 does it a certain speed, 3 will do it 3 times quicker. The math is simple. For the moon, it doesn't really show what it's doing in terms of terraforming, because it says it's decreasing the temperature, even though I think the moon temperature is already reasonable. But on other planets, like the cold and the hot ones, it's very obvious that the temperature changes over time. So looking at the moon now, I'm just doing my due diligence, making sure that any lakes that aren't filled up are, because I have plenty of creator points. So like this one here. Making sure I give it the best chance to be terraformed. It doesn't do anything to the actual ground. That's what the terraformer does. But it does help, obviously, make the planet more stable, having water and trees and an atmosphere. Just bring you back, because there is annoying squealing noise, and that is those 2 cars there. They are actually the enemy. They are bombers. Ouch. Yeah. So they are attacking us pretty quick, actually, a lot quicker than I expected. I haven't got any defences in terms of towers, because the minister wasn't told to build any. And I don't have an army because, well, I didn't think I'd need one. So there's 2 things I can fix quite easily. Telling the minister to build a defence tower and getting a barracks down. Shouldn't be too expensive. But also we can see the UFO coming in. Now remember, or at least apparently, it seems that the whole quest line and everything that happens on your first planet will happen to all of your planets if you build them up enough. So here's the black market, as you get from the first base. And also, if you look, though I don't think I show it, but all of the quests reset as well. So I'm not sure if you can do them again. I haven't had one pop up, and obviously the first one is to get 2 nuggets to join together and then name the kids. I don't imagine you'll get them, so I don't think that quest line is available. But the buildings and the way that the black market and stuff comes in looks like it may be 1 per planet. Over to the lava planet, we do have 2 terraformers going, and you can see they are still running. Resource-wise, I can see I've got a little bit of chemicals and then a nice amount of fuel. Both of them 2 things together basically make it that we can continue to terraform this planet. Terraforming the planet will not remove the lava. It will not turn the lava into water. That is something you have to do yourself. And that is something that I am going to do myself. I'm going to do it just so I have a lake of water. To keep the terraformers running, because they need water to work. And the only way I can do it at the minute is raining into the reservoir, which you can see is happening right there on the screen. Yeah, there's the timer look, 44 minutes now. I'm not sure why that's longer, almost twice as long as it was. I feel like if you leave the planet, it maybe takes longer, but it's fine. You can just do other things. It's not the end of the world, and it is a nice, easy resource gain that you can get from it as well. And because I can, and we have the resources, I am putting down another terraformer as well. So that's now going to be 3 times quicker. We do have the resources. Immediately the robots kick in, as you can imagine, and that's going to take no time. Remember, 1 robot is equivalent to 3 educated nuggets. So you're only getting 1 robot there constructing, but it's the same, if not faster, than 3 nuggets doing it that you would normally see. So we will then have 3. I've already got extra chemicals and fuel coming over, so we're not going to run out of stock anytime soon. You can see down here where the floor is pink, that's where the terraformers are indeed transferring the lands. And these are the trees for the lava planet. They are sort of burnt-ish, glowing ember trees, but these are the live trees that you can turn into wood, unlike the burnt ones that were on here when we first arrived. Coming over to the rock planet, and there's 2 reasons for this. The first one is I just wanted to look at it, which isn't really a reason. But then when I've arrived, I've realised that we didn't actually need this planet. We never needed this planet. I terraformed it, converted it so that we could see what it was like. But I don't actually want to keep it, and it's something that I don't need to keep coming back to. So I'm going to send all of the nuggets that's on it, 69, lol. And whatever space is left, I'll chuck into components. I'll send them back to the mother planet, Nuggeta, and this planet will then be left alone for that. We'll still use that spaceport, of course, for moving resources. But this planet, we don't need to bother with it. We don't need it for anything. It's not giving us anything. It was just a stepping stone to get to the actual planet we wanted to get to, which is currently the ice planet, to get the 3rd and final part of the planet cracker. Now, I'm turning most of the buildings off, but realising the buildings still need water and power, of course. So what I'll do is turn on, make sure that the spaceport is turned on, 1 battery and 1 reservoir and pump, just so I don't get no warnings, but there'll be no actual nuggets left here at all. Strangely, though, they all went into the spaceport, all 69 of them, or 66, whatever I had left. But they didn't bring the resources with them. So I just did the magic telekinesis spell from the storage building and warehouse. There we go, I remembered. From the warehouse and carried them over myself. Because these all just go straight in, like they don't actually take any resources in with them, which is a bit useless. But never mind, it was easily achieved, and they all go back to their home planet, and this planet is left desolate. I came over to the ice planet next to do exactly the same, but there isn't a spaceport here. There is another 61 nuggets, but there's no spaceport, and I can't be bothered to build one, so we'll just ignore this planet for now. We are trying to terraform it, but to be honest, it's not worth holding on to for the series. We are only holding on, or I'm only holding on for the 2 achievements I've mentioned, just to complete all the achievements, and obviously do the planet cracker the right way, which we've already done. So this planet was just to get that part. We did that, so I'm going to ignore it best I can. Make sure everybody's happy. But this terraformer here, there's no point having it, so I'm going to rip it down and give them the resources to do something else with. Back on the moon, and this is still waiting to be terraformed. We're getting a lot of errors, or not errors, but messages telling me they haven't got drinking water, and in fact they haven't. It's a bit convoluted how it says it, but basically if they're on the other side of the planet or too far away to walk and get the water, they will of course not be able to and drink from a lake. Makes them ill, and then I get the warning. So note to self, if I want to leave sort of a civilization alone, you still need a decent infrastructure of water reservoirs for them to drink from. 2 unobtainium extractors left on the moon. All have finished. There is nothing else to rip out of the moon. There is 1 more tablet, I believe, but it's the other side. I'm not interested now. So I'll break them down and give the resources back to wherever they're needed. It'll also stop using up the power and water for them buildings. And it's just better all around, really. Right, we'll leave this alone because terraforming just takes time. Let's go over to the lava planet and see if we can speed that process up by getting some of the lava cleared out. And another terraformer just before I leave, because I've just made enough resources for me to do that. So yeah, that will speed it up too. So we've got 3 on the moon and 3 on the lava planet now. And here we are back on the lava planet, and you can see that the chemicals and fuel is nice stocked up in the bottom, which means all 3 of them are stocked up and ready to go. Sending a robot into that 3rd one, and now that is running. So we have all 3 of the terraformers working to make this very, very hostile planet, certainly the most hostile in the game so far, habitable. Now the lava lakes need to be cleared out. Expected, that's what we know. I have got a water pump in that lava lake, which is doing absolutely nothing because of course we don't want the lava. What I did realize was my plan where I go for the largest body of water is not the best here, because that means I need to clear out the largest amount of lava. So what I think we'll do is get a Hydra Collider if we can afford it, and a bit of rain with the creator points, and see if we can clear out this one here to the bottom of the screen right now, which is only about 22,000. There you go. And there we go, like magic. Can't speak. One of the nuggetoids in there, as always. I think you can put 2 in. Not sure if it makes it any quicker or not. Don't know. No, you can't. You can put 1 in there. That was the cemetery, but I've ripped that down because there are no nuggets. We cleared up the ones that we needed to, and there are no more, so they'll have them resources back as well. I don't want to have to send resources to do things if I want to do things. That Hydro Collider will now continuously remove the the lava, and then eventually replace it for water, while I use rain to speed up the process. At the bottom there you can see it's now 21,000. That goes all the way down to 0. When it does, the water will then start counting up. You don't need to terraform the planet to put water into storage. It will still stay there. It will not evaporate away. Not that I've seen. It just takes time. And unless you're going to use a lot of Hydro Colliders, which is also a lot of steel and chemicals or fuel. I think it's chemicals. Yeah, I think the way you do it with creator powers is great. Obviously, if you've got the infinite creator powers where it stays at 1,000, you're laughing because you don't even need that. You can just spam rain on there and it will soon clear it out. No problem at all. And a little bit of time later, you can see that's exactly what's happened. We've finally hit 0, and up the water comes. Now, the water will not look nice and blue like water. It will be orange because of the planet. When it's terraformed, it will make the water look nice, but until that point, it's still water. It's exactly the same. It has no difference in waters, but it just holds it as a liquid. The water tower that I've moved from one side to the other has completed, and now pulling out that water as well. So we've now got a fully set up system that we can leave on its own. Any rain clouds I can chuck down on that lake to help it just top it up. That's great. But really now we're just waiting for the message to say that, yes, we have indeed terraformed the volcanic lava planet. Back over to Andromeda. It finally finished the planet cracker. I don't know what's happening because it's not done anything to the planet. It's still fine. Before, it really didn't do it any good at all. It's also still there. So does the planet cracker not destroy planets? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens if we do it more than once. Back on the lava planet now, and we should be very close. I'm putting a few trees down just to help it out because it was showing that we were missing a few. That is now good. So it's only water that we're missing. 3 terraformers working hard. Plenty of... And there we go. Achievement done. This planet is now classed as terraformed, which means we can bring nuggets over and they won't instantly die. There is still all of the lava to remove, but we're not going to do that because this series isn't about taking over a planet and fully colonizing it. That will be one for the future if you want to see that. So all we need now is the moon. Once the moon is terraformed, we're done for achievements. But I'm just bobbing back to the home planet to make sure that we unload the resources from the planet cracker. So there we go, 648 chemicals, 648 chips. going into our everlasting bank for the main planet, and they can be used wherever we need to, should we need to in the future. Again, remember that the save file for this series will be on the Discord, so if you want to carry on, you're more than welcome. It will be as it is when I've finished, which will obviously be the achievements completed as well. I don't know if you can just open the file and get the achievements yourself. I don't know if it works like that. Sorry. You'll have to let me know. Okay, so we are just waiting on the moon now, and the exiles have been annoying, so I'm going to chuck down a quick barracks. That will give us 10 military. There's only 15 of them in the exile camp. Don't have enough points to actually nuke them, unfortunately, so what we're going to have to do is use what Mother Nature gave us, and that is nuggets, and just send them in droves. Best thing I can do is make sure that I wait until all 10 are together, because if I send them in ones, I don't imagine it's going to end very well. Remember that we are fully geared up now. Everybody's got laser guns, and it's quite a traumatic experience to go to war. So we are getting there, but it's not quite finished yet. I do have some points left over, so I might as well try and chuck them down on this tiny little exile settlement. Nothing too significant. But one meteor storm will go down there, and then what I like to try and do is then a few lightning bolts with the leftover creator points, in the hopes that it does enough damage to break through, that we get at least sort of one of the flurries of meteors to do some damage. Spoiler, it does nothing. But it was worth a try, I think. Didn't have anything else to use them for. I could have put more trees down, but we don't need to. You can clearly see that the moon is well grown now in terms of vegetation, water, oxygen, etc. It's just not quite classed as terraformed. So you saw there, that did nothing. Probably just made them angry, but it doesn't matter because they're angry anyway. It's part of the series. They're aggressive permanently. So I'll jump forward to when we've got some actual military. Okay, so it's done, and we're just waiting for them to turn up, and there we go. We have an incoming of bombers from the enemy. You can hear them screaming, but we also got the achievement for the moon. So that is all achievements for the Universim completed. Congratulations, us. That means that this series is technically over, but we can do a few more bits before, because we have got some time left on the episode. And then bits are dealing with these bombers that are coming in and making sure that the enemy can never bomb again, so that if anybody does play this, that they won't have these on the moon. I'll get rid of them for you. You are welcome. Okay, so that is a batch of 9. I think it's actually 10, but it just doesn't show the 10 for some reason. And 2 of them had broken legs when they turned up, so I fixed those. They go in different directions. I've got no idea why. And now it's like laser tag with real laser guns. You can see there, nobody really survives a flurry of lasers. It's just how it goes. We've got them down to 2, I think, if I remember rightly. Yes. So we had 10, they had 15. We killed 13, they killed 10. All I need to do is restock. Sounds really bad, but yeah. Restock the military and send them in. And here they come, the hopefully last lot. There's 10 of them, or 9. And there's only 2 of them, so I don't imagine this should last too long. And the buildings should follow shortly after. There they go. There is one left, no idea where he or she is hiding. But one thing is for certain, they are not going to be able to defeat what is left of my army. And these buildings will go down along with it. Getting infection zones because of all the dead bodies about. Expected, there's nobody clearing up this mess. I'm not going to do that. So if you do join in and play on the moon, remember that you'll need a cemetery somewhere over here. But there we go, they are defeated. And they can now go back and have a snack at home. So this is it. This is the end of Season 5. And I'd like to thank you all for watching. Just to do it, I've actually just quickly turned on a trainer to give me infinite creator points. This is the city we started with. This is what happened at the same time as the dinosaurs, I was told. So I thought I'd do the same. Gets a bit laggy. There's a lot of meteors. There's a lot of nuggets and there's a lot of buildings. Enjoy. And I will see you at Season 6 for extra hard mode or another game. But for the time being, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like. Any comments are welcome as always. Subscribe for more. Join us on Discord, and remember that the save file will be there too. Take care. Goodbye.